Y'all, I made a whole video about play and the mic was far away. Darn it. Okay, I'm going to talk about it again, which, let's go. Let's just get into it. So, this video is about play and my experimentation, what I've been doing to have some personal growth in my play, which is a demon function for me. I am consume, sleep, play. And I'm SEFI. So, TE being in my hardest function, I've always seen play as like this, like no. So, an example I can give is I went to this meditation group. I would meditate with a group every Sunday. And after a while, someone suggested that, or they decided, the group, that they were going to meet afterwards at a restaurant across the street, and they were going to chit-chat, get to know each other, have drinks, appetizers, whatnot, and chit-chat. So, for me, I was I was a no right away. I did not partake in this. Now, the reason why I did not partake in that is because I thought the play that I was going to have to do, I saw it as being agreeable. And I did not want to have to sit and be agreeable. So this is I'm shifting my perspective for TE. I'm shifting my perspective for play. And here's how I did it. So I'm seeing it less agreeable. Okay. And more as yes and. Right? So play is like yes and. And y'all don't know what that is. That is improv. That's a set of rules for improv. You don't resist a suggestion from someone else when you do improv. And that's how I see play. You don't shut down someone's perspective, right, with your own. Okay? So, in order for me to get into my DE and have a positive experience with it, I see things as yes and. It's my chance to absorb someone's perspective, okay? Now, maybe absorb isn't a good word. I was trying to think of something quickly. Listen to, but take in someone else's perspective, okay? It's not agreeing with it, it's taking it in and adding to it, not taking away from it. So this is how I see play, and I'm seeing it more as a challenge. I've utilized this yes and when I've done play recently, and I've had some really good outcomes with it. So I'm very happy with this new analogy and utilizing that, and it's making me embrace play more. And I'm actually excited to try it out more. Now, I also don't think that for me, having growth state for me, being consume, sleep, play, I'm also a social type 4, but I don't feel like a growth state for me would be to play more. I think that would be excruciatingly painful, okay? There's another video I want to make on play over sleep. And that's going to be about jobs I would have in a parallel universe if I were to have consume play. If I were to have play over sleep and be consume play sleep instead of consume sleep play, my job in these parallel universe, what it would be. But so I don't see my growth as playing more, but I see it as playing differently, tapping into TE. Right? Getting involved in yes and. And it's making me start to enjoy play. Because I've always just felt more was the answer. I don't know why. was like, more. No, it doesn't have to be more. It can be refined. And so, yeah, that's my goal and my journey with play. A journey that I'm going to continue on. And, a couple things I had recorded this prior. And I kind of got on a little aside about my observations. I've been observing play. And I see it a lot with podcasts. So people who do podcasts, there's a lot of play involved in that. Even people with strong DI, like I was watching Spencer Pratt, who has Savior DI and Savior FI, and he his play is above his sleep. His play is better than my play. He's got consumed play. And then I was watching Heather McDonald in the Juicy Scoop. She definitely has play above sleep. And there's also this thing I see play do. So perplexing to me. So perplexing. So it's what I would call girl code, guy code. Any kind of set of rules, to me feels very tribe, very play, very tribe. We learn these codes and rules through play. We want these because of DE. And so, for instance, in this podcast that I watched with Heather McDonald called Juicy Scoop, she was talking about Dave Grohl. So there was a story in the news recently where Dave Grohl had posted that he had a child out of marriage. And Heather was saying in her podcast that there's a girl code, okay? She might have not used girl code. I think those are my terms. But basically, she's saying there's a girl code that if our husbands aren't rock stars or whatnot, perhaps they're in the military, out doing a tour, sometimes there can be a pass. It's like a don't ask, don't tell. There's a pass to have a night of fun, whatever. And those are obviously passes for a night of fun, not for a relationship, right? And I don't know. I'd have to ask Heather, is there a code where a relationship, an extramarital relationship is acceptable? I don't know. I don't even know that girl code, okay? So she's saying it's where this, you allow it. You're like, do that. Like, I understand you're going to do that. But where the line is drawn in the sand is when there's a child. When a child from another woman happens, then that's when the line in the sand is drawn and divorce papers are drawn up. So she was saying, yeah, this is something that women have to do. We have to do it. You ruined it. We had a good thing going. I was allowing this, and now you ruined it by not using protection. It's so funny because for me, being consumed sleep play, all I think about is someone I would think they didn't use protection. Like, there's a level of health and wellness and throwing that to the wind with, obviously in your marriage, you're not using protection. And then, so it's this simultaneously sharing of this pool of, I find that to be so bizarre behavior. And I know people have a higher tolerance level with that than I do, some people. And I don't understand that. That is where I'm like, where's the code for we don't wear protection, that we dip and dabble, we double dip? Where is the code? Where's the girl code, the guy code? Come on, where's the human code? It's a human code. So that's what my brain thinks. So as I'm watching play, I'm seeing these things. It's like, yes, we know that. I always feel like play knows before I know, right? I do try to consume enough that I can still play here and there. And that could be like, I watch TikTok videos. And TikTok videos, I'm not, dealing with the tribe, but I'm watching the tribe deal with each other, and I can gain some knowledge. That's how I gain knowledge of. I'm on the internet. That's how I gain knowledge of the girl code of this line in the sand. So, I'm just observing play. I'm observing like an anthropologist observes a lost civilization. So, that is all. Until next time. Yeah, I will see you next time, and possibly typing. I do want to say that I'm not into typing. I am totally like out of it. I don't feel like the need to type. I don't feel the need to be in a group of people typing. I don't feel the need to guess a type and see if I got it right. I don't feel the need to watch a lot of typings. Now, I will sometimes enjoy watching typing, not because of the typing process, but because of learning about a trait, an OPS trait. With a particular person that has something interesting, some level of growth, right, in their life. Not just the basics, some level of growth, some stumbling block, some roadblock, obstacle, challenge, some hardship. Then I'll find it interesting to watch typing. But that being said, with my FI, I am trying to do a typing here and there, and hopefully you will see one soon of me undoing Sebastian. And these typings are non-official. They are just me thinking it through. And so until next time, have a good one.